on it. Okay, it's live. So, just quick introduction. This is our March 3rd eBay meetup for Oklahomans, and I got Julio here today doing just kind of letting us know what he does to succeed in his eBay business. And known Julio for I think it's a little over a year now, and I've been very, very excited to have him as a friend and have his knowledge on eBay. He's gets the most amazing stuff. So without further ado, here is Julio.
Hello. My name is Julio Rodriguez. I'm just gonna do a little introduction of what how long I've been doing this and why I started doing this. I've been doing this for about 3 years, 2 years full time. The reason I went ahead and did full time because my wife was getting finished doing ultrasound, and we needed like somebody to be at home with the kids, and so I figured I was making a little bit more on eBay than what I was at my work, so I just went all in on eBay, and I've been doing it for 2 years now. So, and I also play music, so we're pretty busy, stay pretty busy during the weekend. I'm just glad I was able to come out today. I missed the last two meetups, so I'm gonna do a quick screen share, and I'm gonna share the top 20 items that I've sold throughout this month, and I'm gonna go on, and you won't see me no more for a little bit. Let me see here. Oh, sorry. Okay. This is my first time doing the screen share. I'm trying to. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, this was I started getting. I'm trying to get into this the electronics, and I picked this up at I go to Salvation Army just about every day. Just want to throw that out there for everybody. I found this at Salvation Army for $20, and this is a DVD recorder VHS, and this one sold for $189, free shipping. It only cost me about $20 to ship it. I had to double box it and bubble wrap the heck out of it. Show you this. This was an awesome find. This was another Salvation Army find. It was a hat, Abercrombie and Fitch, and this was from the 60s, 70s. I didn't know Abercrombie and Fitch had been around this long, but before they used to be. Hey, be quiet. It used to be sporting goods, and I think it was around the 1920s, 1940s. And this hat in particular was a really close resemblance of the hat Skipper wore on Gilligan's Island. So I found that out and it actually took a best offer of $175 for it. I had been in my store for quite a bit, so I had to just get it gone. All right. This was another Salvation Army find. I think I'm just gonna switch my name to Salvation Army Flipper. Let's see. This one I found it. I paid $2.99. This one sold for 110. This was a guy from Oklahoma messaged me, and I made a deal for him, and it actually sold all three of these items for 110. I found this for $2.99. This for $2.99, and this stuff was about $10. And this stuff actually I found it at a garage sale. So I only have about $7 invested, or yes, about $7 invested, and it sold for 110. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, this one was a garage sale find. I found this around the summertime last year, and I had it put up, and I never listed it. And I finally went ahead and listed it, and it sold within two weeks for $89.95. This one was the battery was corroded, so I did a mixture of water and baking soda and cleaned the corrosion off, and it worked just good. And I'm telling you guys, the pictures I definitely think make a difference when people are trying to. Let's see here. There you go. Here's some Pumice. I found these at Salvation Army. Paid $5.99 for these. These ones took a little about 3 months to sell. I honestly did not know they were worth this much. They're like a kind of anime, and I cleaned these up a little bit, but they went for $103. And you know, all my stuff is free shipping, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. This was a garage sale find. This guy that I bought these from, I bought about 10 jerseys, soccer jerseys, for about $20, and I've done really good. This one was new with tags. It was from the 90s, and I actually took a best offer for $110. But it took about 3 or 4 months. There's some items that I will wait a little longer just to see if I can get. There's probably right now I have maybe 2 handfuls of stuff that I'll wait. Let's see. I found, this is not a huge sale, but I found about 10 of these brand new at Salvation Army for $2 each, and I'm about done. I think I have like 3 left, and they've been selling for about $17 to $18 each. Let's see here. This was another Salvation Army find. Paid $4.99 for it, and this one sold within like a day. It was just a brand new, never opened. It sold for $70. And to honestly, I didn't even look this up. I only got it because it was brand new, and I found out when I took it home and found out what it was worth. Oh, okay. Nope. Okay, these are the ones. Here's another. This was a garage sale find. I paid $5 for it, and it did take about 3 months to sell, but I got $60 out of it. I had them up priced higher, but I did as soon as I did the sale, they actually sold. So. All right, let me see if I can. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. That was some of the top items that I had on my, and I've been rounding right now around February. It's been about $6,089 in sales, and my average price is about $21.82. I'm going to talk about how often I go sourcing. I usually go on the weekends, but Salvation Army, I go there every day. I probably spend about 20 to 30 minutes. The only reason I go every day because the post office is about half a mile away from my house, and from the post office to Salvation Army is a half a mile. So I always make the excuse after the ship, I go over there and and just look around and see what I can find. And I go to a bunch of garage sales, thrift stores, estate sales. I list every single day. Even if it is on the weekends, I do slack a little bit more on Saturdays and Sundays because I usually spend more time with the family, but I'll list at least 2 to 3 items. Sunday night is when I usually list a whole lot. I run my whole business through my phone. The only time I actually use the computer is when I'm shipping. So I do all my listings. I do everything on my phone. I like going. I like clothing. About 70% of my store is clothing. I actually, when I first started, my store is pretty much full of everything and anything you can need. I mean, you can get a whole outfit with the movie and a VCR if you want. Right now, I'm starting to get into about the last like 4 or 5 months. I've been getting into the vintage clothing. I've been doing a lot better with the vintage clothing, 80s and 90s, especially the loud colors with a bunch of bright colors, and that's my favorite stuff to pick. And honestly, and that's about all I got.
Let me mute everybody here.
Oh man.
I think I found it. No, I didn't find a faster way to do it. Hang on, I'll get everybody unmuted in just a moment.
We can unmute ourselves.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, thank you, Julio.
Was that? It was kind of. It was very like difficult with total silence.
I'm sure it was, but have we just like even coughed, which I did a few coughings, it would have switched the screen back and forth. But you did great. Really appreciate you sharing that.
No problem.
As a matter of fact, it got me thinking because you said that vintage is doing really well right now. I went out and I think that's the next things I'm going to start listing. So I got a bunch of vintage and they're nice too, like Christian Dior, and they're clothes, and they look vintage. I mean, great condition, but now I'm kind of excited to list them.
Yeah, I've been. I don't know. I really like listing that stuff because I have a death pile of stuff, and it's like stuff I probably won't even put up anymore. I'm just gonna get rid of it and just start getting the stuff I like to list. I've been doing a lot more research, like Jason said while I'm at the thrift store because I never did that before, and I think I'm starting to get a little better stuff, not just taking everything I think it's cool, you know. But
that has definitely helped me too. I've been really doing the searches the way you showed us to do that, and it has really helped me to pick and choose.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So I honestly want to know a little bit about Valerie, since she's the new joining us today.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Arizona, but my husband's in the Air Force, so we got stationed here in Oklahoma. Been here a couple of years. Liking it so far, except for the weather is a little bipolar.
True.
But I'm new to eBay. April will be a year for me, so I mostly do clothing, but found you guys a couple months ago on Facebook, so it's nice to talk to the people that I've seen all the faces online now a little bit, so it's just cool to hang out.
How often are you doing eBay full time, or is it part time?
I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's kind of part-time because my son's only 2. Yeah, but I hope to just kind of. So I've been doing it for a year now, so I've kind of got a little bit to try it out, and I'm really liking it so far. So I really just kind of want to put the pedal to the metal and just kind of keep going with it. So.
What do you mostly sell?
It's mostly just used clothes right now. I'm trying to branch out, mostly women's. I'm trying to branch out into men's stuff, and just trying to, like, when I go to the thrift store, kind of peruse, the knickknacks and stuff like that. Try to find something cool and look it up and see if I can, make something out of it. So trying to branch out a little bit more, but I thought I would stick to something that I know, which I thought was women's clothing, and you think you know a lot about it, and then you find out that you really don't know a whole lot about it. So it's been a learning experience, and learn something new every day.
Absolutely. I know for me, like, that's what I started out with, was women's clothing. And when I started learning about better keywords and like all different kinds of styles of different kinds of coats, the different kinds of shoes, I was overwhelmed with, like, I don't know, I just call them shoes and a shirt or a blouse, or, but there's like so much more to it than I thought. So as a matter of fact, just recently in the past couple of weeks, I've kind of made I've made a Excel, I don't know if you'd call it a spreadsheet, because I'm using several tabs, and I'm going to share it in the group once I have it finished. And I want people to add to it if they can. But everything I've ever learned and ever used as graphs for sizing, for keywords, for clothing, for shoes, for purses, measuring, I mean, anything I've ever learned, I finally compiled it into this Excel. And actually, I've worked on it a whole lot, I think, last weekend. And I kind of just took a break from it and forgot about it, but I'm going to be sharing it on there. But God, there's so much. You're right. I mean, I'm a woman. I had no idea there was so much. I mean, I'm not that into fashion or anything. I like comfort over anything, but yeah, there is a lot to learn. And I personally have kind of spread out to men's clothing because I got a whole bunch from my dad's friend. I mean, a lot. And it's selling very well. So I'm really liking the men's clothing niche or niche. I'm not sure what it's called. Is it niche? Niche? Is it both?
I call it niche.
Okay, somebody else say something.
Okay, so let's talk about the spring seller update.
Oh, must we?
Well, I just want to know what in the heck you guys are planning on doing, honestly. I mean, I've already made my move. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but what do you guys think?
Have you seen any difference, Jason, since you've done that?
I mean, when I made the move, I mean, it was I shipped out my first packages with free return shipping yesterday, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I've already gotten like experience. This week alone, I already got 4 returns, so I'm not liking it really right now. But I mean, this weekend has been amazing, like in sales though. Ever since I've done this, I did the switch about 2 weeks ago. But this week has been really good. This weekend.
And see, the spring seller update, is that what it's called? Is that, I mean, I kind of forgot what it is, but it's you sell it. What's all the changes to it? Explain.
Well, they're in order to keep top-rated seller plus status starting in June 1st, you have to offer free return shipping on all of your products. What that means is in order to get the 10% discount on your seller fees and get the boost and best match search rankings that you get, and also to have the top-rated seller plus badge on all of your listings, those listings have to be with free 30 or 60-day returns. And with me, the most concerning thing for me is I offer free shipping. So free shipping, free return shipping within 30 days. So someone could actually purchase the item, wear it for 28 days, and return it for free, and it would be considered a free rental service. And that's what's really concerning me about the whole ordeal. But I've worked really hard to keep my top-rated seller status, and I'm not really ready to just give it up that easily. I'm willing to try this, but I've heard from several other people in other Facebook reseller groups that they have seen their return percentage go from 2 to 3% all the way up to 14% with using this free returns. And that's what's concerning me the most about it is, you spend $5, $5 or $6 getting it to the person with free shipping, and then you have to pay for the return label, which is another $5 or $6, and refund the product fully. And what that's going to end up doing is creating a until you sell that item again, you're in the hole, $10 to $12. So, I mean, I'm concerned that it's going to really kind of eat away at our profit margins on a lot of our stuff. But I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
I will say this. I can't remember when this happened, but I had a listing that sold, I believe it was clothing, and I had it to where the seller would pay for shipping. However, because the person, their reasoning for returning it was, I can't remember exactly what it was, like they just changed their mind or something like that. They actually, it defaulted. Now, I don't know if it's still going to do this because, like I said, I don't remember how long ago this was, but it defaulted to them paying for the shipping because of their response as to why they're returning it. You know what I mean?
Well, that is the case with buyer pays shipping currently. So if you set your listing to where it says buyer pays shipping, unless it's an item not
no, mine was set to seller pays shipping.
Was it?
Yeah.
Are you certain that it didn't show up on your bill from eBay? Because what eBay does is they'll forward the money, the funds available, not from your PayPal, but eBay will pay for the return shipping label, and they'll tack it on to your invoice, your eBay invoice.
Well, what I actually had to do is call eBay because why did I call them about it? Like it wouldn't. I was going to pay for it is the deal. I was going to go ahead and pay for it, but it wouldn't let me do a shipping label. So I had to call eBay, and the woman was just like, I can't remember exactly how it went, but she said that, it was the buyers, if they don't pay for their shipping label, then the return is what, they close the case or whatever. I was just like, oh, okay. So I think this was last year sometime because I haven't had any returns since I've been back in the game. But, yeah, I had the listing on as the seller would pay for shipping, and maybe it's because I called them. I don't know, but it wouldn't let me do a shipping label. So, I mean, maybe it was a glitch. I mean, that has definitely happened to me before, glitches with eBay in my store, but I won't get into that.
Well, I called eBay Seller Tools a couple of days ago because I was pretty concerned about it. And I talked to one of the eBay reps there in the Seller Tools department about the update, and they said that in order to keep, your the top-rated seller plus, you'll have to offer free 30 or 60-day returns. But when I asked her, what constitutes a free return? Like, if the buyer if it's a remorse situation, or it's a situation where it just simply doesn't fit, although you had measurements in your listing and things of that sort, do we still have to be obligated to pay for the return shipping for the buyer? And she said, free return shipping is free return shipping, regardless of reason, situation. The buyer can get it not like the shade of color, or not like how long it is, or not like the way it fits or feels, and they can return it, and you're obligated to pay for the return.
But the point you brought up was the fact that if they ship it back to you, we've already paid for shipping back, and then you turn around and resell it again. You're losing so much money. It's eating up your profits to where it's not going to be worth even selling anymore.
Right. I mean, the thing is like my average profit per item that I sell is around $10 to $12. That's after I pay for shipping to them with free shipping. So if I get a return on that, If I sell it again for the exact same amount, you know, it's going to be $10 to $12 minus the $6 that I had to pay to have the item returned to me. So then we're looking at, you know, $4 or $5, maybe $6 at most profit after it sells a second time for the same price. And we're not even guaranteed that it'll sell for that same price either at that point.
Right.
Oh, that's, I don't know.
I can't do it. I won't do it. I just can't. I'm just going to play. I'm just going to roll with it and just, I mean, I lost my status, my top rating status, and I've not been able to get it back. So, and I'm at 100% on my rating, but it was the, where I had to cancel. That's what it was. I had to cancel a couple of sales because I had actually sold it on Poshmark and forgot to take it off. And so I had to do that, but I lost that. And so, and that cost me for a whole year. It cost me. So.
Have you noticed a difference in your sales not having your top rated or not so much?
Nope, not really.
You know what? I was just thinking, as a buyer myself, I don't look at the top rated seller. I mean, I might look at your feedback, but I don't look at that top rated seller's that seal, you know, when I'm buying, because I buy just as much as I sell. Well, maybe not as much, but I mean, yeah, I'll take a gander at those feedbacks, especially if there's some negatives, but I don't personally. Now I would miss the discount on the shipping, but
yeah, that is hurt. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what the positive part of doing that would be. I'm trying to think from eBay's perspective, like who in their front office would have come up with this idea and for what reason. Thinking the customers, the buyer's perspective, yeah, of course that would be a win for the buyer. Of course it would be a win for eBay's front office because they're turning over more. But I'm thinking maybe, and maybe I'm thinking a little bit outside the box, but for the sake of the top-rated seller status being a premium, in other words, there would be fewer top-rated seller status sellers out there, so they would get front of the line and search results and things. So there would be more of a premium, but I'm thinking that the premium for the seller is diminished quite a bit based on the loss of margin.
Honestly, I feel like eBay's trying to work the top-rated seller out. To be honest, I feel like that
to be a premium.
Yeah, well, I just feel like they're trying to get rid of top-rated seller status so they don't have to give the discount.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're trying to push promoted listings, and the reason because the more people that aren't going to be top-rated seller that are not willing to essentially offer free returns are going to then the only way that they can compete against top-rated seller listings and best match search rankings is to purchase their promoted listings.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All about the dollars.
Yeah, I do free shipping now on everything. So I'm wondering if I kind of switch it around and do buyer pay shipping initially and then free returns, then it's really not so much a difference. Even though I do see a boost in sales, obviously doing free shipping, but then I'm not eating it at both ends with doing free shipping both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it scares me because right now I am free shipping. Seller pays for shipping, but I only have 70 items in my store right now, and I've had no returns so far. But I'm not making a whole ton of sales right now either. So because I'm kind of lower on the totem pole, I guess you could say, I haven't experienced that. But I just recently went ahead and subscribed to a basic store, plan on listing a whole lot more. So this is kind of scaring me, you know, because I've had over 700 items in my store before last year, and I had some returns, and I had some ridiculous returns, you know, just like somebody actually a really cute dress. And whenever it came back to me, I could tell they undid the stitching inside of the dress, you know, which that hasn't happened very often, but that kind of crap scares me, you know. But I don't know. I guess once I start selling more, if I start getting returns, I'm gonna change it, you know. Hey, we got somebody new on here.
Rose, what up?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never done this before.
Welcome. I think this is the most people we've had on a meetup group. Possibly ever.
Just bring in a couple popular YouTubers and bam.
Bam. I'm sorry, Jason. I think, were you going to say something? Did I interrupt you?
Oh, I was going to ask Corey if he, but like the difference between having top-rated seller status and not, if you saw a major difference in your sales, Corey.
No, I didn't at all. I tried to access the search results and search for my items outside of my account, and even my search results seemed to be the same.
They hear my stuff. It goes
I didn't really notice a difference at all.
Okay.
I noticed actually, if anything, an increase in sales. To be honest, I don't know why that is. Maybe it was just a fluke, but
interesting.
What was the question? And what was the question?
I asked Corey if he had seen a difference in his sales being top rated versus not being top rated, and Corey said that he actually may have seen an increase in sales being not top rated.
I don't have a stat to prove that because I didn't have enough of a margin to be able to even keep track of that at that mass quantity that I was doing back in 2015, 2016.
Okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. You know, the thing, I think, you know, I know for a fact that having free shipping definitely increases your sales. Yeah. It definitely does. I mean, you can have an item marked at $20 even with free shipping, and it'll sell faster than if you had it marked at $15 with $5 shipping. It's just something.
Because there's, I think, an option in the filter to select free shipping, and I do that whenever I'm searching for something to buy. I tick that little thing because I don't want to.
See, I don't. I mean, me personally, as a buyer, I do the, you know, if I'm looking for something, usually I'll click on the lowest price plus shipping
first,
because I don't want to miss out on something. Because, but I'm that kind of buyer, I guess, that realizes that, you know, it's the same thing, but not everybody realizes that, I guess.
No,
I don't also you've sold.
You're also a seller.
Yeah.
And so
that makes a difference.
If you're just a consumer, you don't have the mind of a seller, and you could care less. I mean, all you want to see is that it says free shipping, and at that point, you know, as long as the pictures look good, it's something that you're interested in, you know, I mean, you're going to buy it.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. So what do you think, Rose, about the seller update, spring seller update thing? Do you have any opinions?
I think, I mean, I'm definitely hesitant about it as well. I'm not making any changes in my store just yet. But I do believe that, like I said before, I think eBay does know what they are doing. They go off of data. And not just, you know, they don't make just these decisions for, you know, because they feel like it. So, but I really think once it happens, I think I'm going to not do free returns. That's the direction I'm leaning towards. But I don't know. That could change too.
It's just really unfortunate that there are buyers out there that, and I hope that they're not watching, but you know, there's some people out there that are actually using eBay and messing with the system. They know how it works. They know, you know, that some people are willing to just let them keep the item for free. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't do that. I mean, it would have to be really, really cheap piece of item for me to say, just go ahead and keep it. I'll refund your money. But I've never done that so far. And
I think that those cases are still very rare. Like, for me personally, I can think of a handful of times that's happened. And I think that most buyers are good, you know, good people. They're not out there to screw over the sellers. And I don't think eBay is trying to screw over the sellers either.
Right. I mean, the thing is if it's a product that I sell and I simply just missed a problem, with the item. Like, say I sell a cashmere sweater and it ended up having like a huge hole in one of the seams that I didn't realize, or maybe a hole in the bottom band or something. You know, more than likely, I'm going to, when the buyer contacts me to start a refund or a return, I will contact them and just fully refund their money and tell them that they can keep the sweater, because there's no reason for me to pay for return shipping on an item not as described case when I'm going to get the item back and not be able to sell it again because of what was wrong with it in the first place. So at that point, you know, it's like, you know, just keep it. Don't worry about returning it. And here's your money back, you know.
That happened to me just this week. They said that something had more pilling on it than they thought. And, you know, the amount wasn't even enough for me to argue it. And I just refunded it in full. I didn't want it back. I don't want to pay for return shipping. So,
yeah. I mean, the thing with pilling is you get a sweater shaver and it's gone entirely.
Right. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
So,
Do you ask for pictures, or do you ask for proof when people request things like that?
I did ask for pictures, yes. And she sent them to me eventually. She said she couldn't figure out how to send pictures, but then I said that, you know, well, I need photos. And once she sent them to me, then I just refunded her.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely request photos just because, you know, like for instance, yesterday, I got a message on a pair of Cowgirl Tough jeans that I had sold. She said the zipper is on the zipper of these jeans is backwards. And I was like, really? Can you send me a picture of that? And she sent me a picture, and sure enough, the zipper was backwards. Like the tab on the zipper was on the inside of the jeans.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I did not even realize that, because I mean, think about it. We don't check that. I mean, we're not expecting the zipper to be sewn on the jeans backwards.
Women's jeans.
So, I mean, I said, you know, you are more than welcome to return it for a full refund. And in that case, you know, like I was willing to accept the return, because I can take those jeans to a seamstress in town and have them fixed. I mean, they're $40 jeans, $45 jeans. But she's like, no, that's fine. You know, I just wanted to inform you. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that at all. And she's like, I'm going to get them fixed. Don't worry about it. And I was like, awesome. So.
Yeah, I had somebody, I sold a game and the box was sealed, not with the plastic wrap, but it was sealed with a piece of tape. And she messaged me and said that the package wasn't sealed. Well, you could clearly see in my picture what I meant by sealed, because I took a picture of the tape and I took a picture of the box showing it wasn't, you know, cellophane sealed, but it was a brand new game. And the inside, all of the inside was completely packaged and sealed as far as the game pieces and everything. And so I just sent her a text back, and I told her, I said, the inside is sealed. It is a sealed game. And so she, I said, just return it, you know, because all of my returns are by the buyer. You buy a return, and then I'll refund your money completely, you know. And I said, just return the box, and I'll refund your money. I never heard from her again. So, I mean, I just said, I am so sorry that it was a mistake, you know, that you misunderstood what I had posted, and I apologize, but just return it and I'll refund your money. Most of the time when you tell them that you'll refund your money, most of the time they're fishing for a partial refund, or they want the product, but they just want some money back from you. And at first, when I first started selling, I'd be like, oh, what do I need to do? Oh, they're going to give me a bad review. What do I need to do? You know, and I just got to the spot where, look, send the product back to me. I'd be glad to refund the money. It's not a big deal, you know, and most of the time I never hear back from them. So.
I guess we probably should mention that with the new seller update and free returns, eBay is saying that they will protect the seller and offering if it's not returned to you in the same condition that you can offer the partial refund.
Yeah, but
at that point, can you even sell it for what you had it originally? You know, so
that's already pretty much the case. So
yeah,
you know, I mean, I that doesn't blow my skirt up.
Yeah, I've seen eBay take a lot of times they take the buyer's side of it. So not necessarily all the time, but it does happen. But I mean, I'm in it. You know, I've got a lot of stuff to sell, so I'm just gonna plug along and just keep at it and just do what I'm doing. It's working right now, and just do what I'm doing and keep going forward.
This kind of reminds me, I want to share a story real quick. I when I found out that you can actually sell and people buy like a shoe, not a pair of shoes, but just one shoe, and you can put the word amputee in the title, and that's what I did. I had a few shoes that only had one piece to it, and so I sold. It worked once. I sold one, and in the title it said in all caps amputee. And then left only or right only, whatever it was. I said only and sold it, sent it off. The person wanted to return it. They said, I have 2 feet. They're like, why did you only send me one shoe? And I was like, it says amputee in the title. I mean, did you even read the title?
That happened to me twice, so I just quit doing amputees.
And
you know, and I was thinking about literally just the other day, that happened over a year ago, but I was just thinking about the other day, like, I think I have some shoes around here that I would like for myself, but I only have one of the shoes. And I was like, well, there's another reason to look for the other half out there somewhere. But I just thought that was funny. They tried to return it, and which I didn't have a problem with them returning it, but I wanted them to pay for the shipping because they didn't read the title. And I had to call eBay and everything. Why did I call eBay? Oh, because they used the wrong reasoning. They said not as described. So I called eBay. I said, this is as described. And they never returned it. Never heard from them again.
Well, it's because there's not an option to select of I'm a doofus, and I didn't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, so now
That was at the buyer, not you, Lisa.
Oh yeah, not you, at the buyer.
I got that.
My question is, can you make more profit out of a pair of shoes selling each one individually? That's the question now.
Right.
You know what?
I've thought that before. I've kind of questioned that before. I haven't tried it. Like, if I've got a pair, I sell them. But no, I thought that before. Can you make more money selling them one at a time?
Actually, Friday or yesterday, I had a jacket like it was American Airlines jacket, and it had the liner inside. It was a vest liner inside, zipped up with the patch on the. So I ended up putting them on different, and I actually sold I sold the vest for 40 and the jacket for about 45. So,
wow. That's awesome.
And the same buyer bought it. So yeah.
That is too funny. Now, see, that's where the questioning comes in, because I have noticed, I haven't listed it this time around, but I have a few board games that are complete, but I've seen like how much they can go for just for pieces. And I'm like, you know, I think I'm going to piece this out, because people pay pretty good dollar for just pieces of a game, and versus buying the whole entire game, you know?
I had a whole Erdl farm figurine set, and I did that. I pieced it out, and I made way more money. It took a little bit longer, but I made way more money, like 3 times the amount.
I've got Lincoln Logs up right now, and I've got it pieced out.
It takes a while to list them individually, but it's worth it.
Lincoln Logs are worth some money.
Yep.
Some of them can be.
Guys, I got to get going. I can't stay much longer. My laptop's about to die, and I left my charger at my office, so I've got to go get
We're
that.
glad to have you on here. Thanks for coming in.
Bye, Corey.
Thanks. See y'all.
Bye.
That's my oldest son, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, he has a YouTube channel too. What is it? What's it called?
Retro-
The retro.
Reseller. Retro seller. Retro reseller. I don't know.
Retro resale.
Retro reseller, yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
on
I was actually, huh?
I'm adding to my Instagram story. Who's on here? Mexican picker, thrift trader, and
Treasures
who else is
Lulu
on it?
merch.
Treasures Divine.
I was gonna tag you guys.
Yes.
Julio is like nowhere to be found, but you can hear him.
Look at his store. His store is amazing. Look at that.
I wanted to show you guys. This is that American Airlines ones I was talking about. So I pieced it out. But these, I don't know why, but these things are like, every time I pick them, they sell quick. So if you guys ever see these out, make sure you pick them up.
Do you really want me to pick those up, Julio?
No, not you.
Rose and Valerie, are you guys in Oklahoma City? Or are you in Tulsa? Or where are you at?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
I'm in Moore.
Okay.
I'm actually
I'm
I'm on
right.
South Oklahoma City, close to Moore.
Okay. Got some brothers and sisters out there. Yeah, Rebecca and Julio live in Tulsa, right?
Yes.
And Jason's in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, kind of the Bridge Creek area, but I'm in the city all the time.
Right
I love
on, right on.
Oklahoma City's thrift stores. Oh, I love their thrift stores down there.
Oh man, I've never been.
Yeah, Yukon Goodwill sucks so bad. Every single time I've gone and looked, their shoes are they're pathetic. And they actually try to sell them as anybody else would with decent shoes. But whoever's giving up their shoes in Yukon to Goodwill, just throw them away. Just throw them away.
I'll be honest, I haven't walked into Yukon Goodwill in probably close to 2 years now. I have never had very good
Don't waste
success
your
at the
time.
Yukon Goodwill, and I realized one day, I was like, I just waste my time coming here, so I'm done.
I've never been to the Yukon one actually.
Don't waste your time.
It's not worth the drive.
Don't go.
I'm being real.
I'm actually kind of right now doing Goodwill like sparingly. I've been going to other smaller thrift stores, and I just feel like their prices are really high for like a woman's blouse, almost $5.
Yeah, I get so much.
Unless it's a good brand, of course I'm gonna pick it up, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the key, is like with the rising prices, like year after year, the prices are rising. You know, I mean, you just have to become more selective in what you buy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to Salvation Army.
It's good, especially half price day.
Yeah, it's good.
I always have to work on Wednesday, so I never go.
I have to go get one of Julio's carts because I can never find a cart on Wednesdays.
I think the Salvation Armies in Tulsa are actually cheaper typically than they are here, because the shirts and the jeans and stuff here at these Salvation Armies around Oklahoma City are usually priced around $6-7, $8 on normal days. And the only way that we can even get them cheaper than Goodwill prices is if we go on Wednesdays.
So yeah, the jeans over here are about $6.99. The t-shirts are 99 cents though, for the most. I've noticed they've started to price some of the stuff a little higher now. Most of all the jerseys were about $2.99, but now they separated them and they're like $20 now, and they're starting to like pick up on stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's a little fun fact. Did you guys know that the brothers that were in Hanson live in Tulsa, Oklahoma? You know what I'm talking about?
I went to high school in Sapulpa, so that's where I'm from.
I met them a couple of times. We actually crashed their. They were on stage once, and they hired the mariachi band, and we got on stage and started playing Happy Birthday while they were playing. Here in Tulsa.
That's awesome.
So they were really really cool people. They pretty much they hired us the rest of the night. So we went to the club with them in their VIP lounge, and we were playing music there. Man, we had a good time. Some good guys.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I wonder if they ever donate their stuff to the Salvation Army that you got. That's why you always get good stuff.
They're cool. They're really cool people.
That's awesome. Where do you usually go, Valerie, for sourcing?
Oh, I'm thankful enough to have quite a few different kind of mom and pop thrift stores. I do a bunch of bag sales, dollar days, pretty close to me, just a couple miles. My Goodwill's not too bad. I actually have one a couple miles from me, and I can pick up some good stuff. So I thankfully don't have to go too far, but it's not bad. I hate how they're sorting everything by what are they doing now? Color or whatever. Oh my gosh. That drives me nuts.
Now, you guys tell me what you think about this. Like, I know that Julio sources a lot, and just whoever. I have the mindset, since UConn sucks so bad, that I should go to Goodwill stores that are closer by the really nice housing additions, the really richy looking people. Does that sound like the right thing to do? I've done it once.
I think it's all hit and miss, really, to be honest. Some of my best finds are in really poor areas in the metro, and I don't know. I don't know that that's true.
I think they're higher priced in those areas. I think the Goodwill hikes up the prices in the higher end areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
some places get their stuff trucked in too, so it really wouldn't matter where the location is.
Yeah.
I just know that UConn sucks, and I need to go somewhere else.
I love the one on 16th and Meridian. Oh, that's my favorite one.
That's a good one. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah. And the one on MacArthur and Reno.
Oh,
Best thrift?
Yes.
MacArthur and Reno. In Midwest
not
City?
too far from me.
No,
Right.
it's right there. MacArthur. It's right there by Wall. It's off of 40.
Yeah.
Right off 40.
Is that best? That's not best.
Best thrift. Yeah, I was doing my taxes this week, going through all of my purchases. Best thrift last year. Spent a lot of time there.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as the Goodwills, I think that the new one in Moore is really good, and the one off of 89th and Western, the new one there is really good, and that's actually where I ran. Yeah,
that's my hood.
Yeah. I go there all the time.
You guys love each other.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's the second time I saw you there, and I thought I should just go up and introduce myself.
That's funny.
Yeah. I thought when I walked in, I thought I saw you over there, like on the racks, like right in front of where they keep the carts. You were looking at something over there, and I was like, "Is that Rose?" I think that's Rose.
That's funny.
I'm not gonna be like Rose, and somebody comes around and they're like, "Who are you talking to?"
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. And then you're like, Jason? I was like, hey.
Yep. My sister is also in the eBay group. Her name's Katie, but she's not as active as me. But she goes to the Salvation Army on Wednesdays a lot too. So I'm sure that we've all crossed paths at some point.
Oh yeah. As often
I've
as
never
we
been
all
to the
source.
bins. Does anybody do the bins?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've done them twice, and props to people that can do them regularly. I don't know if I'm one of them.
I miss them terribly. I loved the bins.
I've went a few times, but I don't dig. Okay, I've went and dug once, and I felt like my body was just gonna fall apart. Seriously, like my back was starting to hurt. I was like, man, how old am I again?
Yeah, my husband will not go to that place with me because he's like, oh, my back. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, Yeah, but when I do go, I just kind of just look at things. I don't touch anything, I don't move anything. And like the last time I went, I think I found like a vintage Woolrich wool hunting jacket. It was just laying there on the top of the bin. And I just grabbed that thing up, paid like $1 for it, and it sold for like $70.
Yep.
So
that's where I got my Prada purse.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I found 2 Hermes ties in the bottom of one of those bins, both of them together, and I paid $1 a piece for those, and one of them sold for $90 and the other one for like $85.
That's why I love that place.
I haven't been there in a while either. That's the place last time I was sourcing, that's where I was going. And yeah, my arms would start killing me, but I also don't want to leave. Like, I'm just so like, I feel like I'm hunting for real, you know? It's kind of fun.
Treasure hunting. Yeah.
I have yet to go. I really want to go up there. I've never gone before.
I don't know. That place makes me feel like eBay is a job and not something I love to do.
It's so competitive there too. It almost makes it not fun for me. So
yeah.
For that reason is why I don't really go that often.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that part of it at all.
I just kind of laugh at that. Like, the last time I was there, I believe, whenever they brought out the bins, and this lady was kind of digging in a bin I was in, and they brought out a new bin, so she ran over there, and I found some really good stuff that she just dropped and left behind, you know, to go to that new bin, and I'm like, okay. But I also brought my daughter there with me one time, and she loved it. She picked out some stuff for herself, you know, but she kind of liked it for herself, not really necessarily to sell on eBay, but it's kind of cool to find some cool things. I mean, and it kind of taught me some things that are in because, you know, her being a teenager and all.
I have been sourcing at flea markets too lately. I feel like that's kind of just to change it up a little bit, and the selection is a little bit better than the thrift stores because they've already been picked, you know, to sell. So you're going to pay a little bit more, but I mean, it's worth it to me. And then you can start to do the bundle bonanzas, you know. So Mary's flea market in Oklahoma City is good, and then Old Paris too.
I mean, do you guys have a Goodwill auctions over there?
No.
I don't know.
I think Salvation Army has an auction every Thursday morning.
Oh.
At go ahead.
Over here on Monday through Friday in the morning, they have Goodwill auctions on Southwest Boulevard, downtown, kind of close to downtown Tulsa. So I've gone twice, and that was probably a year ago. I mean, you're gonna get a bunch of junk too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I just kind of I bought I filled up I have a small SUV, and I filled it up. Bought 2 bins for $30, and I threw half of it in the trash. So
yeah.
But you know, you gotta dig there too, because you get about 20 minutes before the auction starts to dig through and see what they put the bins in a row, and then you're gonna bid, and then you can pick as many bins as you want. But I didn't like it. Just wasn't for me.
Yeah, it sounds like you're bulk purchasing at that point, and you're not entirely sure what you're gonna get. I mean, most of the stuff that they're auctioning has probably already been picked through, and on top of that, you know, I mean, that's like the last stop before they bail it. So,
yeah, I can see that.
Well, Rose, I have a question for you. Don't I have you scheduled to do the meetup thing? I was thinking about having you do it next the 17th, which is actually my birthday, everybody. But because since it's about taxes, I think it would be better to get you in sooner. Do you mind doing that for the next meetup?
The 17th.
Or do you just want to keep it?
Yeah, I could do that. The only 2 o'clock is just hard for me, but the 31st I was open all day. But I could try to make 2 o'clock work if we want to push it to the 17th.
I mean, if you can't, we can just keep it. It's up to you.
We can do the 17th.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just putting it on my calendar right now.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to have Rose share her expertise with us on the 17th, the next meetup, which is also St. Patrick's Day. So if y'all don't wear green, I'm going to virtually pinch you. All right. Well, it is 3 o'clock now. So I guess we'll go ahead and hop off here. But I'm so glad that you guys came on and we got 2 new fresh faces in the group and had Corey come on. And thank you, Julio. Almost called you Rodriguez. Thank you, Julio, for sharing your great finds and your sales with us. And I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Sound good?
I have a quick question.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I came on today was because I wanted to figure out how to do it, how to use it.
Screen share?
So screen share. How do you do that?
If you move your cursor to the left, the left of the video right now, and you put your pointer on top of the green box with the arrow, it's like a screen, and you click that, it's screen share.
Okay, so is that what you did with when you made your slides?
Yeah, well, I just had I have 2 screens, but you can do it with one. But yeah, I just had it pulled up, and then I hit screen share, and then I just moved to the screen and just showed the slides through I didn't use PowerPoint. I just saved it as a PDF file format, and then just went through the pages of the PDF.
Okay. Well, I'll figure it out.
Jason, and plus we'll hop in a little bit early on the 17th, so you test anything you need to test out. That's what Julio did this time, because this was his first time in screen share too, and you did great.
How's your ebook coming, Jason?
I haven't touched it.
Oh,
honestly.
Okay.
I don't think that I'm going to do an ebook. I think I'm just going to pretty much have like an Excel spreadsheet, and have it all sorted out by subcategories like men's pants, men's dress shirts, men's casual shirts, and have like just an extensive list of brands, the sell-through rate, and the average sell price. And I think that's how I'm going to do it, is just have like a running Excel spreadsheet instead of doing like a whole ebook thing, because I caught a lot of crap for it, honestly, when I brought it to, other resellers' attentions. They were like, yeah, but the moment you put it out, it's going to be, not good.
Those Facebook groups are full of haters.
They're naysayers.
I know.
Yeah.
I know they are. But I think that the information would be better being like in a spreadsheet style format. I mean, you don't need to see pictures of the tags. If you can read, you'll find the tag and you'll know exactly what it is, or you can like look at pictures of the tags on the internet all day long. But, if you know the brand and it's on the list and you've got your average sale price and you have like your sell-through rate there, that's really all that you need to make a good buying decision. I mean, what I do is when I look for something to buy, I want to see the same amount sold as what are actually active, and that would be about a 33% sell-through rate. And so when I'm searching for something on eBay, I'll just toggle between active and sold, and if it's close to the same number, that's when I know it's decent buy.
That's helped me so much. That has really helped me a lot. So it's good information.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm off here. It was good seeing y'all.
All right.
See you in 2 weeks.
Good to see you too.
Bye-bye.
2 weeks it is. It's a date.
You guys.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.